How's it going, everyone? Adam here, and I'm here to let you guys know that this week's video is our first official book interview. And within the next few weeks, we're going to be meeting authors, owners of book websites, owners of book blogs, and I'm just going to be discussing books with them. We're going to be asking a ton of questions, and this is our first interview ever. So today, I will be talking to Jembrek, who is the owner and creator of the online book community Books Rock My World, which has nearly 300,000 Facebook likes. Anna also studied music at the Academy in Zagreb, Croatia. She's an opera singer and a video game designer. So, without further ado, let's get right to the interview. First of all, I'd want to thank you so much. You're actually our first interview on the OnlineBookClub.org YouTube channel. So you were the first interview. So,
Really?
yes.
That's such an honor.
I know. They honestly, we're thankful that someone agreed to let us interview them. But you are the first. So thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. So first off, before we start, I just want to thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Very happy to be here.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. So let's jump right into this. So I know you sent me a little information about yourself, but I want to first get into how did you start Books Rock My World? How did this online community of nearly 300,000 book lovers begin?
Well, as an accident, like all great things happen, I think. Basically, it was a part of a much larger page, fantasy and sci-fi rocks my world.
Okay.
And at one point, it kind of divided, and started its own story. And soon, it just really it hit the spot with the audience. I guess it was the golden age of Facebook pages.
Yeah.
Because at one point we just grew so much, it was exponentially. It was like, I don't know, well, when it comes to likes, it was like 6,000 likes per day.
Wow.
So it went really viral, yeah.
Amazing. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was really crazy, and it was so much work. So we kind of, since a couple of us started it, we were from some from the States, some from Europe,
Okay.
Australia. I was from Croatia and Europe. With time, it kind of developed its own story, but that's how it started.
Wow, that's amazing, and it's very difficult to create an online following with anything. So, what was the most challenging part of creating a dedicated following of like you're at 271,000 people? That's absurd. What was the most difficult or challenging part for you when it comes to creating that fan base?
Well, I think the most challenging part is actually feeding the fan base, since it's a completely like enthusiastic project. It's a hobby, so it's hard to stay dedicated.
Of course.
In the end, I'm the one who kind of stayed active, but it's really hard to keep people focused on it, like administrators and just
Yeah.
pushing the content, leading the story, not letting all the fan base actually just get bored.
Of course.
So I think that's the most difficult part. At one point we kind of had this huge following, and yeah, how to really keep them interested all the time.
Yeah, it's you have to keep, I guess, keep everything exciting because you don't want them to get bored. That makes total
Yeah,
sense.
it's a hobby. It's not my day job, so it's not something I always have time for.
Yeah, of course. So you also mentioned to me that you're an opera singer and you're a game designer, which are like two of the most different but equally awesome things. So tell me more about that.
Yeah, so I'm a musician by profession. If let's start with that, I studied opera singing and music academy in Zagreb, so that's my first love. But I'm extremely diverse person. I always played games, video games. I got hooked on some social games as well. And through it, I kind of met all these amazing people from around the world. Similar story to Books Rock My World, I think. Yeah, and started making games, instead of games, and then that hobby became something more. So now I kind of want to combine. Just feed all the little creative monsters inside of me.
That's so cool. So you're a book lover, an opera singer, a game designer. So those are like that's such a cool life though. It seems like you live this awesomely cool life. So I'm definitely jealous of all you have a lot of talent as well. So that's really cool. So now getting to you on a personal level,
Yes,
did you grow up reading? Like did you fall in love with reading at a young age?
yes. My dad was I came from a very poor family, and we were not like I don't know, intellectual
Okay.
by profession. I was the first one in my family who actually finished, who had like a high degree
Okay, wow.
as finished academy, a
Hmm.
faculty. But my dad really, really loved reading. He loved sci-fi, so he got me hooked on Clark and Asimov really early.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then comics and stuff like that. So yeah, that was an early love, and kind of kept growing as my taste grew as well.
Wow, that's amazing. So, do you have a favorite comic?
Watchmen, Alan
Okay.
Moore,
Awesome, awesome.
and,
That,
and C, but Alan Moore.
I'm sure like with books especially, and I'm sure comics are the same. It's always changing. Like you have one favorite, and then you're like, but I love this one as well. And you have so many. It's very tough to choose one favorite.
Yeah, I wasn't really into comics till actually rather recently,
Oh,
like in the
okay.
past 5 years, when I got into graphic novellas and
Mm.
more hardcore stuff.
Okay,
Then I
yeah.
really realized what's the hype. I guess I wasn't mature enough before that, or just into other stuff. So
Hmm.
my taste kind of grew as well, which is awesome. And that happens with books a lot. Books I would not read 5 years ago are not my favorites.
Exactly. Yeah. Taste is always changing, especially as you grow as a person. Your taste is growing as well.
Yeah, and books kind of do lead the way as well.
Hmm.
They help you grow, so
Yeah.
it's a symbiotic process.
No, I agree 100%. Okay, so you're obviously books are a big part of your life. Have you ever considered writing a book? Or have you written a book?
No, writing is not one of my talents. Even though I mean, it's not. I have talent. I just never worked on it. That's
Okay.
how I approach talent. And since I'm a musician, I kind of have this really perspective on talent. Just how talent is not enough.
Mm. I
It's
completely understand what you're
not.
saying. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's one thing to read a book, and then it's another thing to invest your because writing a book isn't an easy feat. It's not. It doesn't take just a few days. It's a long-term project, and I think
Yeah,
it's just very different from being a fan of reading books to be a fan of writing books. I'm the same way. I love reading. It's one of my biggest passions. I just
yeah,
don't think I'd ever be able to sit down and write a book.
exactly,
It's not one of my
exactly.
things. It's not something I'm really interested in.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think.
Yeah. So we're
Mm-hmm.
very similar in that aspect. Maybe since your life is so interesting, somebody will write a book about you someday.
Ah, we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, only time will tell. So what do you? I know you're also very passionate about inspiring kind of the younger generation to read. So tell me more about that. What got you into being passionate about inspiring others to read?
uh, I mean, it's as the page kind of. I really when I started to working on pages um, in general, it
Mhm.
was just really I don't know, infectious when you
Yeah.
see all these people who really share their passion. Like people from around the world share their passion
Yeah.
and love and enthusiasm about something. And since I have all this enthusiastic interests, like games, like music, like books, like
Yeah.
sci-fi, like comics, it's really easy to understand that. And it's really when you start kind of working on bringing people
Hmm.
together, I think that's the best thing. It's an amazing opportunity and
Yes.
privilege and honor to actually connect people, especially with books.
Yeah.
It's a community. What I really noticed with time, that it's a community of introverts
Mm.
a lot of ways.
Yes.
So there are people who necessarily don't want to go on coffees and parties all the time. They like their intimacy, their home, their quiet moments,
Yes.
their books, their cats. So this is actually the place, the space where they wanna socialize with other people with similar interests, and that's a big thing.
I completely agree. Books, the cool thing about books is they kind of distract you from the problems of everyday life. So if you're going through a difficult situation or you don't feel like doing something one day, you can kind of just get lost in a book and that takes your mind off of the issue you're going through. And I think books help people get through a lot of tough times in life. And more people, like I love what you're doing because I feel like we grow up in a place where people think, oh, books can only be read by these kind of people, or if you play sports, or like sci-fi, or like movies, or like music, you can't like books. And there's a book out there for everyone. I just think people have to find that book.
I'm not the one who will say, oh, 50 Shades of Grey or Twilight,
Yes.
you're awful for reading them. No, you read. That's awesome.
Exactly.
You
Yes.
love that. That's awesome. It's a written word. It doesn't matter like the necessarily. I mean, I'm really into Russian classics, but
Oh
it
wow.
doesn't necessarily have to be everybody's taste or cup of
Exactly.
cake. And what I really, 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 it's something I explored through the page. So lately I started to write some thoughts like in forms of perhaps something that will grow into a blog,
Yeah.
book related, but about a link between mental illness and reading,
Oh wow.
which was actually it kind of exploded because a lot of people started writing about their own experiences with depression, mostly depression, or even just other mental issues, and from how they used reading as a form of escapism, which necessarily doesn't have to be good or bad,
Yeah.
but it is there, and how they kind of felt sad when they lost the link with reading because they couldn't focus anymore, or
Wow.
how third parallel is how people use reading to actually start being more disciplined, and it helped them heal.
Wow.
So it's incredible, the power of reading.
It really is the best medicine for certain issues in life, and I think more people, hopefully over time, with the internet is a great place to inspire people to read, and that's why you're doing what you're doing, and that's amazing. So you mentioned also you have some future plans. I don't know if you're allowed to talk about them, but I'd love to hear what you see for the future of your page and Books Rock My World, and just anything that has to do with reading in general for you.
Well, I would like to expand a bit. So really expand a bit. So not till now it was kind of humorous humorous pictures, quotes, perhaps some articles, and I would really like to produce our own content.
Oh
So
wow.
make a blog or a web page, so we can really connect the dots more,
Okay,
make
yeah, that's awesome.
community, reach out more, perhaps do something like, I don't know, a book club, which is starting
Yeah.
at a really basic level. So yeah, let's grow that community.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see what you have in store, and I'll definitely, of course, like your page, and we're definitely, everyone watching will hopefully check out your page, and I want to thank you so much for joining us today, and I really, really appreciate it. I had so much fun talking to you, and we hope
Thank
to have you back on the channel sometime soon. If you're ever interested, anything, we'd love to have you back.
thank you. You're so great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for meeting with us, especially with the time difference, the Croatian American time difference. I'm glad we finally got to talk. And
Yeah.
I know, Anna, is there any personal social media or personal pages they could find you? We're gonna link, of course, Books Rock My World, but is there anything else people can find you on?
No, for now, books for
Great,
our page. We can start there. Grow it
great.
from.
Yes,
Yeah.
next time if there's anything else, we'll definitely be able to make sure people get you there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anna, and I will definitely keep in touch and talk to you soon.
Okay, keep in touch.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Now, thank you all so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this, please give it a big thumbs up. Let's see if we can get to 100 thumbs up. It'd mean the world to me, and I know it would mean the world to Anna. Also, click the screen right now to subscribe for videos every single Thursday. Now, we're going to be coming out with a lot of interviews, a lot of videos like this, so please subscribe and you'll get notified whenever we post a video. Also, last week's user of the week is you. Thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing every single week. It truly means the world to me. And if you want to be next week's user of the week, you got to answer this question. Who's one author you want to see me interview? And we'll try to contact them and get them on the show. You can check out Anna's Books Rock My World Facebook page. It's right down below in the description. Please like that page, and I think you'll definitely enjoy the content they post. So thank you so much for watching. Keep reading, and I'll see you all next Thursday. Bye, guys.